Now, the most difficult part when it came to this hobby for me to breed was being able to, I guess, culture live foods. A lot of the fish that I keep half fried that are super small, that they need, you know, really tiny foods. Some of them I've had success with the Hikari First Bites. There are other ones like betta fish that, for example, prefer live foods, and live foods are definitely a lot more nutritious for fish. All right, so I'm going to talk about a couple that are super easy, almost like a set it and forget it type. You just have to get a culture. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this ugly tank right here, which is my green water tank. I'm trying to culture some green water and infusoria. So what infusoria is, the most easy way I've figured out how to start it is taking very old filter media. So I have polyfill in the back of my hang on back tanks. So I took it from my oldest tank. It was like brown and gunky, and I just dropped it in there. Leave the light on 24/7, and there's a lot of microorganisms that are in that filter media. So all you gotta do is feed it. The other way to culture infusoria that I've read and saw videos that I haven't done myself is taking like a glass bottle or maybe even a plastic bottle, blanching some broccoli, spinach, lettuce, and just putting it in there, leaving it in the light, and just letting that all kind of develop. Probably putting some old tank water in there that have those microorganisms, and then you have that food for them to feed off of. You probably wait a couple weeks, and then you'll be able to notice them. So for mine, I will take some cooked vegetable matter and toss it in there for them to eat every now and then. And then, you know, I haven't collected from that tank yet, but that's, yeah. Hopefully my next betta project, I will do that. The second is baby brine shrimp. Now that's been a staple of mine, a favorite, really easy. It's gonna take like 48. It's gonna take 24 to 36 hours for them to hatch. What I use is, what is this? I think this is San Francisco Bay. It doesn't even say on here. No, this is Brine Shrimp Direct. Brine Shrimp Direct. Brine shrimp eggs. So I keep this in the freezer because I rarely use it right now, but this thing is gonna last me forever. You keep it in the freezer so it can last longer. I used to refrigerate it when I got smaller portions, and it did just fine. I get the 80% because I haven't noticed much of a difference between the 80% hatch rate and 90% hatch rate, but yeah, it's a little cheaper. And then that one is super easy. I have a video on how I do it without needing much more additional equipment, so you guys can check that video out. So let's go to, so the first thing that I tried, well, besides brine shrimp, was vinegar eels. So I'm gonna, get a white background. So I got vinegar eels in here. You can see them actually right there. They're all the little particles that are floating, that are suspended inside this mixture. And all that stuff, they're vinegar eels. So what this should look like, this culture died off, but that one, I mean, besides the gunk in the, I just stirred up the gunk, but that's clear, you know, because pretty much like it's apple cider vinegar and water. But let me put that back. But you can tell this one, you can see all the little cloudy specks, right? And they're like almost moving, I guess, almost swimming and wiggling. Those are vinegar eels. So this is super easy to culture. That you just mix some apple cider vinegar with some water, half and half mixture. Put in a few slices of apples, and then you're gonna need to purchase a starter culture of vinegar eels. I think I still have a video on it, so if I can find it, I'll insert it now. But I ordered them off of, I think, eBay. Might have been Aquabid, but I think it was eBay. It's probably like $8 for like a small 2-ounce culture. I just put that in with my into my bottle, and then just forgot about it for a couple months. And then now, you know, that bottle's booming. I'm just gonna have to separate it and split that culture up. The last food I want to talk about is something that was really a little bit difficult at first, but here. So this is my wine cooler. Why? Is because it stays at, I think I had it, I don't know where I had it at. It stays warmer than a fridge, but colder than room temperature. So in here, I have my cultures of white worm. So as you can see, I bought this at the GCCA swap. This was $5, but you can see them right there. They are thriving now. Now that I've got that wine cooler, I'm trying to see, you can see them in there. So let me see, I've got also, I ended up splitting that, I got a moldy piece of food in there. This one is the one that has the least. And then this one right here, you can see them right there on the corners. Those are white worms. So these, like, got small ones there. Got a lot. If you can make that out, I'll open it up. I actually dropped some food in here. So I'm gonna take that moldy piece of food out. These, I added them at the same time, but there's no more trace of food, just because there's a lot more worms in here that they were able to consume it all. Yeah, look at that. So the person that I purchased it from was using cat food. I know I've tried different methods. I've tried doing the yeast flakes with yogurt and bread, and it just didn't work. I mean, I might try it again, but the person I bought it from said he used these, so why not continue with that? And I know a lot of fish keepers will say to use things that, you know, the fish are going to eat, like fish, you know, fish food, pellets or flakes. But I never had luck with it. I tried it. So I just put one in there, and then that's it. And then just put the lid back on, and then probably after 4 days, that will be gone. Either it'll be gone or it'll be molded up like that. Like even at a temperature of like 58, oops, it will still mold in a few days. And then I got poke holes for aeration. You want the soil to be, you know, not dry and not like super wet. Got a lot of these guys. I might have to make a new container for them. Yeah, you can see them all over there. So these are really good to feed your fish if you're trying to get them ready for breeding, to pump them up. That's how I'll do it. That's that. Really active. And this one I'm going to take this guy out and add it with another half a piece, because they're not consuming that all right away. But I'll do that. But yeah, those are my live foods. I think it's extremely important if you have a lot of tanks or if you're interested in breeding to think about live foods. A lot of these you're going to have to get a starter culture for the worms and vinegar eels. The other two you don't have to. The Infusoria / paramecium / little water bugs, whatever. Oh, that I do have, I forgot they're called, little water fleas in one of my tanks. I don't know how they got there, but they're kind of breeding, not enough to use them as a food source. But I have picked them out and fed them to my bettas, so that, I mean, they work. But a lot of those, you are going to have to purchase a starter culture. If you know somebody in the hobby, you know, if you go to the local fish clubs, you should be able to find them. Otherwise, check out Aquabid, check out eBay. They'll ship really cheap and easily, because they're not time sensitive. They don't need to be overnighted or, you know, rushed to you. So yeah, check those out. And, you know, just wanted to do a quick video about the live foods that I keep and why you guys should. I know some people find it kind of gross, especially the worms, you know, keeping them somewhere, but I guess it just depends on how much you want to further your fish keeping. But brine shrimp is always a plus. But sometimes you're just going to need something smaller than brine shrimp, which is where the vinegar eels come into play. And I feel like vinegar eels, I got them, you know, maybe, gosh, like 6-7 months ago. I started it, and then I literally haven't done anything to that container since, anything to a jar. So I put it like 4 little triangles of apples, and then I haven't done anything. I probably got to refresh it but you know, I probably will sometime this month. But yeah, you really set it and forget it. You know, the white worms once every few days, feed them. The infusoria, green water, you know, probably feed them every now and then too. I'm not too worried about that. That's just I'm trying it out. And then the brine shrimp, you know, 24 to 36 hours, they'll start to hatch. So I think if you guys can get at least brine shrimp and vinegar eels down, probably the least maintenance and gross of all those, I think you guys will have a great start, and you'll be able to feed a lot of fry. And you know, I think it's definitely more beneficial for them to start with live foods anyways. All right, so hopefully you guys found something useful in this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.